table. So I always like to set the tone with some relatable experiences, because you see all the time online the people that, look like a GQ model or a cover girl and they're crushing it on video. Well, of course they are. But what about the average agent like us, like me at least, right? Well, you look at John over here, John Pena, living in El Paso, Texas, 49 years old, massively introverted, very quirky guy. He did 0 deals in his first 6 months until he launched his YouTube channel. With his iPhone, he did 75 deals in the next 12 months following the blueprint I'm going to give you, retired his wife from a 6-figure pure corporate job. Jenny Sally over here did $100,000 from her first video shot on an iPhone in 5 minutes. But Suman's a big one. Anybody at EXP might know this individual. Here, a couple of yeses. Suman, 87 deals. He was a new agent, new market, didn't know anybody, never put out a video in his life, only used an iPhone. He ended up doing 87 deals in his first year, 114 in his second year. He has done $5 million in GCI in his first 2.5 years without spending $1 on ads, never prospected, never followed up, all from an iPhone.
Cool.
Who here wants 5 million GCI?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right, well, let's show you how. Now, the cool thing about YouTube is that not only does it create leverage of your time, but it also creates leverage of your platforms. So when we look at this, YouTube is the number 2 search platform, but it's owned by the number 1, which is Google. So as I start to go through some of the demonstrations here, I'm going to actually show each and every one of you the proven formula of how to rank your videos number 1 in your market every time. And that's what these individuals did. So now, when you type in moving to, for example, Liberty Hill, Texas, not only does this video show up on YouTube, but on Google, you'll see all the agents spending thousands of dollars a month on ads. People know that if they click on those ads, they're going to get bombarded by an agent, which none of them want. And right below those ads is Suman's free videos. And the same thing goes with John Pena when you look at moving to El Paso, Texas. So now you're showing up on the top 2 search platforms for free. And that's when you start creating leverage of your business. And again, I just like to show for credibility. I see, unfortunately, a lot of coaches out there that speak about certain things and they don't actually do it themselves. But you can see that if you go on Google today and you search Instagram for realtors, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, personal branding, or anything related to social media, my videos show up for free. All using the blueprint that I'm going to give you guys. And again, the craziest part is I rank number 1 for personal branding for realtors. Guess who ranks number 2? Ryan Serhant.
Oh, wow.
Much bigger audience, much more well-known, a lot more credibility. I crush him when it comes to ranking because of the formula I'm going to give you guys today. So, this is a really important concept, and I'm going to come back here for a purpose. Who here is afraid to get in front of the camera? Thank you for being honest. I understand I was there, right? Not many people know. They see me up here, trying to catch up to Orlando and Daniel. But, I was bullied in high school. I was teased. I had no self-esteem. I had no confidence. I was petrified of being in front of the camera, just like many of you. I'm going to talk to you guys about how to get started. But this is really important. This is Suman's data from his first year, right? We all know that real estate is a numbers game, and we all know that what gets measured gets managed. So when we look at this is Suman's first 12 months using YouTube. And when we start unpacking this, when you look at the average views he was getting per day, he was essentially prospecting 27 days every 24 hours, whether he worked, spent time with his family, or traveled. When you're prospecting 2 to 3 hours a day, you can't keep up with that. But this is where the magic lies. As we can see up here, year 1, when you do the math and you break out how many videos Suman did versus the amount of GCI he made, he was averaging $39,000 per video. Who here would do a video if I gave you a $40,000 check today? Hopefully everybody.
Very good, very good.
Right? And you can see the second year, it only starts to compound because it's evergreen and it lasts forever. So his second year, he was averaging $60,000 per video. So I can tell you, when I was door knocking, one of the things that my early coaches told me to do is to reverse engineer how many knocks it takes to get a listing, and then calculate how much each door is worth, so you don't feel bad and guilty when somebody doesn't answer or tells you to piss off. Well, for me, it was $50 a door. So when I got a no, when I got an angry person, or I just didn't get an answer, $50, I'm okay with that. That's another $50 in the bank. But can you imagine sitting down and knowing that this next 30 minutes you're doing to record that video on your iPhone is going to give you $60,000? But where the magic lies is in that red square. When we start looking at this, a lot of people look at Suman's 87 deals in his first year and say, Mike, it must be a unicorn situation. He probably put out his first video and started getting clients right away. But you can see here from the chart that Suman got 0 deals in his first 6 months. Does anybody here know that meme where you see the person like digging for the diamond and like one turns away like right before they hit it? Show of hands, you've seen that before? Yeah, most of you. This is what happens with agents. Can you imagine if Suman gave up after his 5th month? There was a video he dropped on the 6th month that changed his life forever, and now he's been able to change his family. He's the #2 producer globally at the company as a new agent in a new market. So let's get this party started. So this is where I want to over-deliver for you guys. Again, my biggest frustration during market shifts is people trying to overcharge you for courses, programs, and all kinds of nonsense that you can get for free if you just come to incredible events like this. So this, based on proven data, is the exact list of videos that is proven to attract clients in every single market. The craziest part is some of those people with those programs now steal my list and try and sell it to agents word for word without changing. How nuts is that? But,
I do it every day, Mike.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. If you see one coming out in Spanish, you know who did it. You know the culprit. But you can see here that if you change out the market, cost of living in Miami, Florida, or you look at Miami versus Tampa, or Orlando versus Miami, and you start looking at this, this can give you your next 2 years of videos if you switch out price points. It's really not complicated. And the best part is, for many of you, is that it actually works better in Spanish because there's way less competition.
Absolutely.
So you guys have a massive opportunity that I didn't have, Suman didn't have, John and Jenny, none of us had. You guys can do it in both.
Yep.
So when you look at this, you guys have that unicorn situation. The question becomes, who's going to actually record it? There we go. So what we're going to do is, after we record these videos, we're going to come into good old ChatGPT. Does anybody use ChatGPT? Anybody AI fans? There we go. This is a modern group. Okay, and you're going to type exactly this in. I will move to the side here for you. I'm a residential realtor in Miami, Florida, with a YouTube channel. I create videos that educate people on buying and selling in Miami, explain why I like what it's like to live in this city. Please write an 8-minute video outline for video number 1. If we go back to that other list. Well, after that, what we're going to do is we need to understand how to deliver the message. This is where the game is won. And if there's anything I can do to take this away and give you guys value, it's what I'm about to give you right here. There's so many people that I've trained that have way smaller audiences than some of the big influencers out there, but they do 5 to 10 more times more deals than bigger influencers. Why? What I'm going to talk to you about is the blueprint structure. And this is why I tell people that ChatGPT is not a do-it-for-you platform. What it does is, we used to have to do 90% of the work, and then we could use tools to get us the extra 10% of the way. Now ChatGPT and AI can help us get 90% of the way, but you have to put your own flavor on it. So this is where you're going to type that into ChatGPT and it's going to give you this beautiful thing. The only issue is it's not going to give you the right introduction. So here's where a lot of agents go wrong. Let's say we're doing a Miami market report. They start off and they say, hey, it's Mike Sherard with eXp Realty, and today I'm going to talk to you about the market in Miami in October 2023. And you're like, okay, it's a 10-minute video. Why am I going to stay? And you leave. Well, what happens if you hooked people and said something more along the lines, just off the top of my head, everybody's going crazy about the market in Miami right now because of the interest rates, but I'm going to give you 3 tips on how with these current interest rates, you can still buy your dream house and net more money long term, and the one tip that you need to know to make more money when selling your listing that other agents aren't speaking about. That's a little bit more interesting, don't you think? Right, so now you've hooked them. There's 3 things that buyers are gonna know. There's 1 thing for sellers, so now they're gonna stay. But the magic is what follows, which is part number 2. If you don't call the action, no action gets taken. So what I always ask people, and I'd love to hear your feedback, would you rather get likes, comments, and subscriptions, or leads, conversations, and closed deals? Leads, exactly. So why do so many agents go straight for, if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe? I'm like, dude, you didn't even provide any value. You haven't earned the subscription or the like, right? So what you do instead, after you hooked them, is you say, by the way, my name is Mike Sherard with eXp Realty, your Miami go-to agent, and if you're interested in buying, selling, investing, or relocating to Miami, I'm your guy. Click the link in the description. All of my contact information is in there. We can book a Zoom call, and I would love to chat with you. So now you've told them what you want them to do. And the craziest part is that one little trick. There's a guy in Arizona, he's got 7,500 subscribers, and he's got 1 deal in 2023 from YouTube. I just interviewed an agent in my organization that is in the same market with 1,700 subscribers who's doing 125,000 GCI a month because of the call to action, right? So you want to make it convenient. Convenience sells, right? I even get this, right? Like people think that, I'm somehow special because I put out YouTube videos. I'm like, dude, I sit in my house with sweatpants and I record free content. Like it's not that special. But the perception from the general public, and I got this when I was still in production, is that if you're on YouTube, I used to get told I looked like the $1 million real estate agent of Calgary because the perception is there. So you have to make it convenient.